Now I am hoping this looks suitably cold because the temperature at the moment is a brisk 7 degrees Celsius. Oh, and I thought I'd get in a quick chat before my nose starts to run like a waterfall. Spray jacket on just for the wind chill. No point putting on all the warm gear because by 9 o'clock you're just too hot and you just have to carry the stuff, so you just make do. I tend to keep my speed, if possible, down around under the 20, preferably under 15 kilometers an hour, so I don't get too cold. And then by, like I said, around 9:30, it'll be nice and warm. Oh, I'll get back to you. We have 8,999 kilometers on the bike. So by the time we hit 30 kilometers down here for our trip distance, we'll have 9,000 kilometers. Yay team! It's still brisk. It's beautiful riding in the full sun. However, I get a better run here or a better surface on this particular road, so which is why I'm here. Still have the spray jacket on for the wind chill. I now have feeling back in the fingertips because I must admit they did get really cold. Oh dear. So this is a Sunday morning, nice and quiet. Oh. We're just cruising at 25 kilometers per hour, nothing too dramatic. Wind chill is tolerable. There you go folks, we've now got 9,000 kilometers. Oh dear. I've been fairly economical with the power. I've only used Tula a couple of times, just for 30 seconds, maybe a minute at a time. I'm really heading to the south end of the pine forest, or southeast end of the pine forest. So I will save where I can just to get the extra range. And I'll get back to you when I'm further south. So the spray jacket's off, still a little bit cool in the shade. This is the same road as the last shot, but the difference is we're further to the end of the forest, he said, looking for words, which means with less forestry to harvest, they have less need for wide roads for passing trucks. And when we get down further, this will become a tiny little track. So we've got 67% of the battery left, and we've covered 48 kilometres. So that's reasonably efficient. Again, I just pop up to Tula for 30 seconds or so and just light pedal it, trying to conserve the battery. Obviously, if the battery runs out, I can still ride home, there's no problems Again, the shadows do make it a little bit more difficult to look for the washaways, the sharp rocks, etc. But we're hovering around 26 k's an hour, he said, as my right foot bounced off the pedal. So we're still in eco, slightly uphill. And we've passed the 25 kilometre sign. Oh. And that's how long this road is coming from the main road, which is the bitumen road, that is, of course. Sign says Tarrangower to our left. That's a cattle property. So this is Crown land, leased to the forest company that has the contract. And then over on the escarpment there's private property, and it drops down to the National Park and the Noosa River. Whoa, little red belly blacks straight under my foot. Oh, okay. I think that just scared both of us. It was beautiful though. So we have a run of pine trees on our right hand side, but it's not overly wide area. Just beyond them it's private property with people farming. Could be wrong, but that does sound like a black cockatoo. Right side. I am trying to avoid water, even though it's the same temperature as it was a couple of days ago. It just feels colder. Anyway, I'll get back to you further up. Oh dear. So we've just come out of the narrow track. We're on this is the road gets us to the Kin Road. Oh my goodness. So as for the little snake, as most of you are aware, I do love to see snakes, preferably before they are underneath my feet. Luckily it was the sharp end was toward the grass, so it was only the tail that was directly underneath me. Although I have seen snakes move so quickly that I never saw them move, if you get my drift. In less than a blink of an eye, I had a taipan go from on the ground to sitting in a full strike pose 3 meters in front of me. So I do know how quickly they can get to you and away. Oh, plus it was glistening, absolutely stunning colours, so it must have just shed its skin recently. So we're back into natural. There are tracks up through here, and years ago when I was exploring it, I actually bumped into it. Well, I had to squeeze past their setup. There were people living on one of the tracks. They had chickens running around that they'd lock up at night, so I had to go through the middle of their camp, and they came out and I had a really good chat to them. Actually, they asked me if I could suggest any places where they'd have more free fresh water available. So I told them a couple of places not too far away. Again, we're just still on eco. If I keep the cadence up, I don't really need to use tour. We're holding 20 k's an hour. They're going to Harry's hut. I do have a policy. I give way to anything that can hurt me. Oh. So, the road ahead is Counter Road. Well, actually Counter Road is 8 kilometres that way, but this road, if you follow that down to the left, I assume it's around 20 kilometres to Noosa. Okay, let's back into a little bit more. This is another pocket of pine forest. Oh. First time I rode through here was years ago, and it was all mature forest. And it was beautiful and shady, and it was wonderful. Oh, I'll slow down so the wind noise doesn't get the audio. And while I was riding through, beautiful shaded track, saw a brumby up ahead, and I thought, wow. And then it moved its head, and it wasn't a brumby, because on the top of the head were these massive antlers. It was a damn red deer. Big, I assume they're called a buck. I could be wrong. But yeah, and once it saw me, it was not a happy camper. So 10 years of riding in these forests, I've only seen 2 red deer. Okay. Well, we have confirmed there are snakes out and about, so long grass I'm going to be a little bit more cautious, seeing it's still a cold day. Ooh, just going into the shade, the temperature dropped by a good 3 degrees. So we've done 55 kilometres, we're still technically outbound, so it should be a good ride today. Water. See if we can go around the edge here. Not too bad. Now that, folks, is old growth. And I'll take you up to the crest here, we'll have a squeeze and then I'll turn you down or off. Oh, catcher. So we're still in that small pocket that we last filmed, and I didn't turn around, I kept going, and I'm now about to walk through another lot of water, and there's a main road just up there, so we get our access out and we'll use it. Go for a Sunday ride. Oh, the water started quite warm and now it just turned cold. Oh, squishy. Oh. And judging by those tracks, that would be an emu. Okay. And it was going this direction. Okay. Yeah. Let's play tourist. Oh, that is cool in the shade. thought of heading home. Cats are